All right, let's jump right in. For every senior leader out there, we're about to unpack a really powerful mental model. It's designed to completely change how you steer your teams, and it's called the discovery loop.
Just think about your best projects for a second. Were they really a clean shot from A to B, from idea straight to launch? Of course not. The reality, and this quote just nails it, is that discovery is always a winding path.
And that's the big disconnect, isn't it? We draw all our roadmaps and our Gantt charts like these neat, tidy, sequential funnels, but we all know deep down that's not how great products are actually built. It creates this really dangerous illusion of control.
So let's put a name to this problem and really diagnose it. We're going to call it the illusion of linearity.
You know, the linear funnel feels safe. I get it. It's reassuring, it looks great on a slide, it's predictable. But it's so brittle. It treats any deviation, any new learning, like a crisis. When you hit an unexpected snag, it feels like a total failure of execution instead of what it actually is, a discovery.
So, if the straight line is an illusion, how do we build a more resilient mindset into our process? Well, that's where we introduce a new framework, the discovery loop. First, let's just look at the ideal path. You know, the happy path we all wish for. You define a business outcome, you explore some opportunities, pick one, generate solutions, test them, and bam, you deliver the winner. It looks so clean, right? It feels familiar. But here's the thing. This is only half the story. Because here's the crucial point, the part we always forget. The real strategic value, the hard work of de-risking your entire product, it happens when you have the courage to loop back, based on what you just learned. Going backward isn't failure. It's literally the core mechanic of success. And what's great about this framework is that it gives us a language for these backward movements. It defines three distinct, incredibly powerful strategic loops. Okay, this is the heart of it all. Think of it as good, better, best. First, you've got the solution loop. This is pretty common. A single test fails, so you iterate on the solution. This is good. You're optimizing what you're building. But what if a bunch of tests fail? That's a trigger for something bigger, the outcome loop. This suggests you're not just building it wrong, you might be solving the wrong problem. The action here is to loop all the way back and change the opportunity you're focused on. That's better. And finally, the most strategic loop of all, the outcome loop. This is when you solve a customer problem perfectly, but the business needle doesn't move an inch. The action here is profound. You have to loop all the way back and change the business goal itself. You're optimizing the why, and that's best.
So, you get the loops. But as a leader, how do you actually create an environment where this can happen? Your role isn't to direct, it's to enable. Your job is to become the chief loop enabler. So first, on your whiteboards in your slide decks, start drawing the process as a loop, not a straight line. Second, and this is huge, when a team pivots based on new evidence, celebrate it, make a big deal out of it. They just saved the company from wasting a ton of effort. Third, when a big loop back happens, run a specific retro on it to capture the learning. And fourth, constantly be asking your team this magic question. What would have to be true for this to work? It's like a superpower for uncovering risky assumptions.
Now, this new mindset, it requires you to change the number one question you ask your teams. The old question, are we on track, just reinforces that linear funnel. It measures progress against a plan that, let's be honest, is probably wrong.
Instead, you need to start asking this. What did we learn this week, and how did it change our path? Just think about that shift. You are now measuring progress in units of learning, not just units of work. This is probably the single most important question a discovery leader can ask.
So, let's make this totally real. Here's one thing you can do, literally, on Monday morning to kickstart this cultural shift. Your Monday morning action is this. Find a team that just learned something that blew up their plan. And I want you to celebrate them for it. Publicly praise their courage, their intellectual honesty. Frame that pivot not as a setback, but as the very definition of success. Because in the end, the team that learns the fastest wins. And learning is never a straight line. It's a loop.